Down in the bottom right position, representing Kites of Gaming, it is the blue Terran player, Innovation.
And his opponent in the upper left, in the red, the GSL Season 2 champion from 2020 for Dragon Phoenix Gaming, he is Rogue.
Also known as Rouge. And, well, he is one of the smartest Korean players in the business. Very, very strong understanding of matchups. Of course, he got his start as a sniper during the GSTL and other team leagues. And, you know, he really expanded his play from that point on. At first, he was just kind of a one-trick pony. It was like, okay, you send him out as a sniper player with some really, really cool builds, but he didn't necessarily have the longevity to make deep runs in tournaments. But all of a sudden, he, similar to what I was talking about with Time, where he kind of filled in the gaps of his play, Rogue was able to do that over time, and very quickly became one of the scariest players in the business.
Yeah, Steadfast, I like how Pro League is lumped down in there with just other team leagues. When I think of Rogue, I think of him as the Pro League sniper, right? Because even more than, yeah, GSTL, it's all kill. Sniper builds are important to prevent any sort of momentum, but Pro League was the ultimate sniper format. When we talk about Pro League format, that is a best of 5, where the first 4 matches are defined ahead of time. Players have a week to prepare, and honestly, pour one out for Pro League. I very much missed that tournament format. But anyway, yeah, Rogue, who can forget, you know, who was it? It was a ZVP where he, you know, built like 30 Dropper Lords and rained Banelings on top of a Blink Stalker all-in. Or a Blink Stalker Sentry all-in, and just absolutely smashed it. When I think of Rogue's sniper builds, I think that was in a finals, actually. Was that versus Classic? Forget. Anyway, yeah, very cool sniper builds, and, well, definitely going on in from there. But, Steadfast, you mentioned that Rogue is perhaps one of the smartest Korean players, and I would think that was obvious. He's playing Zerg.
Huh. Now there's a statement.
Yeah, I'm
we
waiting
got
for
a fast
chat to
third command
explode.
center out of Innovation. Yeah. Oh,
You're right.
my God.
Brave statements. Anyway, we do have, you're right, a quick third command center from Innovation, but I don't really remember the last, okay, that's not totally fair, but yeah, Koreans love their quick third CC play, and Innovation more than most. Again, we talk about Innovation. He's one of those players that will just find that one build that he's really good at, much like Mr. Bricks, the Danish bunny, and just drill on into it and make it unstoppable. Make it so you just not, okay, it's like, fine, Innovation, you know what he's going to do. And he does it, and you're like, oh crap, he did it. What am I supposed to do now, right? So Innovation, very skilled mechanically, and this looks like a Banshee opener, but it's not. That's interesting. It's going to be a Viking, and it's going to be more Marines. But from the positioning, you would expect to see that swap happen. We're not going to see some sort of Hellbat build off a third command center, are we? Where it's just a bunch of Marines and like a Hellbat Banshee thing?
No, that's just going to be for Stim. He hasn't started Stim yet. Oh, whoa, never mind. Okay. You definitely had the call right there. This is going to be a Hellbat build. And, well, this will look like a very standard Viking 3cc, but it's not that. It is not that at all.
And, man, Innovation has the soul read on this game. Look at it in the production tab here for, well, I don't know, is this... It's a Hellbat timing, which Roaches are very good against, but on the flip side, you got a bunch of Marauders, which are very good against Hellbats, or very good against Roaches, but you don't have Stim. Yeah, I think at the end of honestly, I think more at the end of the day, this is looking very good for Rogue. And also, we talked about Innovation. He does the same thing. He does similar things over and over again. Well, yeah, Hellbat, or Concussive Shell Hellbat is absolutely not a something you see every game here, but I think Innovation's in a little bit of trouble, especially because he has not scouted this whatsoever.
Yeah, he's in a ton of trouble. This is going to slip right into his natural expansion. And Rogue, ooh, he's going to have Lings popping out. Now, yeah, this is just going to turn into a full base trade. Oh, that's going to be a lot of Lings losing on the counterattack, but ooh, just barely. Innovation closes the door. However, the SCV pull is not there to keep this alive. And meanwhile, on the other side, huge push in into the main. 8 drones getting picked off immediately by those Hellions. And Innovation, he is going to get a lot of damage done on his opponent's side of the map. And he will have 3 command center behind this.
That he will, but 3 command center is good, don't get me wrong, but it's only so good, right? If you have no workers left, you kind of are going to die, but honestly, I don't know what Ro can do to defend this. I mean, yeah, he's got roaches, zerglings. Innovation lifting all of his command centers, saying, look, I don't really care. I have more than enough. I'm just going to be able to knock down all of you. Oh, the barbecue. Oh, man, that is, now we're starting to see some workers get equalized here, as a couple roaches will go down as well, because, well, the Reaper actually getting the last shot on that one. So we're going to see main base go down, natural base go down. And this is just Innovation, you're right, leaning on into the full base trade here. And, you know, the one downside of this is, of course, if Innovation does go for the full base trade, well, he has to land his command centers to get scans to remove the creep so he can base trade. But you can't land them if there's creep. So, minor quibbles, and I would like to see him lift that starport. But where are we now, Steadfast? There is no money on either side of the map here. Not really. Innovation has some money banked, but of course he can't use it. Rogue has 5 roaches, 4 ravagers, a couple zerglings. Innovation with 5 hellbats, 2 marauders. Oh, he's gonna drop the marauders on top of the ravagers and knock one down. That's gonna be very nice for the Kites of Gaming Terran player.
Yeah, it all comes down to these Ravagers. These Ravagers need to find... well, they need to kite forever. Oh, that one Marauder doesn't get picked up. The Roaches coming in, adding in additional DPS. I think Innovation's dead. He only has this army left. And Rogue, he's going to be able to rebuild 2 drones here. That will bring him up to 3. Innovation, why did you send these so far? He can't mine with these now. That doesn't help you. Why did you do that?
He just wanted to, they wanted to be friends. Now we do have, oh, I love this.
There's a lot of money
on the map.
No, there
is a lot of money. Well, now he spent a lot of it, but look at this. There is no detection on the map, right? We have Widow Mines on the way. What is the best way for the Zerg? Okay, granted, if he can get rid of those Ravagers, then the Widow Mines are really good. And he is getting double Marauder coming on out here. He does not have the gas. He has a gas for like 1 more, and that's going to be it. There we go. So 3 Marauders are going to join this. And once that happens, okay, I don't know why the Zergling didn't just prevent that. And after that, we're going to see a bunch of Marines. So Innovation, this is actually going to look pretty good for him now.
Yeah, Innovation just wins, I think. He has so many mules that are going to start mining. These Lings, they're going to find these mules, but they're actually going to find value before they take them out. And there's now, look at the income. It is insane.
Do I want to?
6, you don't. Actually, you definitely don't. And, well, Innovation, he really gimped himself by sending those command centers so far across the map, but it's not really going to matter as Innovation gets enough stuff. He's going to have 5 Marauders, 4 Marines, and he's going to be able to continue to pump here. Rogue, well, Ravagers are nice, but, yeah, he knows the writings on the wall. GG, he sees that army, and he knows he can't beat it. Kind of an anticlimactic end right there. But, well done.
Absolutely. Really cool game. Unfortunately, kind of at the end, we're like, okay, well, Innovation's got this. He is able to mine. Rogue isn't. The power of mules, of course. But other than that, really cool build. Not often that you see base trades before 7 minutes in a TVZ. But that's just how these things, just sometimes how things do shake out. And yeah, it's absolutely really cool to watch. I love that Marauder tech. It actually worked out really well for Innovation. It was one of those, well, I think it's going to be good for Rogue, but he's got Marauders. So, you know, you never really know. And, well, 2 ships passing in the night. We get that funky base trade. All of the workers for both sides go down. And as a result, Innovation, he's 1 game away from the finals.
That he is, and he's looking real good right now. Gotta say, it's I mean, Innovation always looks good. Let's be real, but even in the face of Armageddon, he's still just so calm. He's like, all right, I'll just full base trade. Sure, that's fine, no problem. Doesn't hesitate.
Oh, I forgot to update my stream title, I think. There we go.
All right, and here we go. Spawning up in the top right, representing Kites of Gaming, it is the blue Terran player, Innovation.
And spawning in the bottom left, in the red, down 1-0, but certainly not out of things. For Dragon Phoenix Gaming, he is Rogue.
And yeah, no, he looked totally comfortable right there. Innovation, that is. Rogue, he got those drones trapped in the main base. If he saves even 10 of those drones, I think he probably wins that game. Because he can scale back up a lot quicker. Like I'm saying, nothing else changes. I'm saying just keeps those 10 drones alive.
I know, I hear what you're saying, but I mean, Innovation, I think he dropped like 10 mules, right? When he landed all of those command centers. And yeah, eventually will the drones mine more? Absolutely. But with that burst of income that Innovation had, coupled with the fact that Innovation had like 800 minerals in the bank when that base trade was starting, I think that, yeah, maybe Rogue is able to take it a little bit later on, but I think Innovation has enough bursty economy to produce an army that is just better than what Rogue had at the moment. As a result of that base trade, that Innovation would still have prevailed in that game. But you're right, I do think it gets a lot closer. I do think it does get a lot closer.
Well, the one thing I will say is, even though that economy is burstier for Innovation, Rogue is then able to produce while Innovation's walking back with everything, right? Like, I'm talking about, like, because he had 1 drone and then enough for 2 more. But if he saves 10 drones from that mining base, we're getting 11 drones mining. I think the game turns out completely differently because he can start mining gas immediately. He can add on more roaches and ravagers. I think that's enough. I don't know if it's a guarantee, but he at the very least I think has a much better chance.
Yeah, that's fair. And that's right, because Innovation did not get the Roach Warren. I kept expecting him to target some tech down, but he never really targeted anything down. But, you know, I'm hoping this is Oxide. I think this is a little bit worrisome for Rogue here. Of course, Oxide, the map that Rainer hates, the map that you hate, probably the worst map in the pool for ZBT if we're ignoring Submarine. And we do ignore Submarine because no one plays the map at this point. It's always banned.
I actually think this is worse than Submarine. Sorry, that's my 2 cents.
Well, you say that, but this map does get through pick ban. Submarine doesn't. Yeah. So by that logic, at least the pro players think that the Submarine's a little bit worse. But this has got to be a little bit worrying for Rogue now, because Rogue lost on the arguably better, on the much more balanced ZVT map, and now he's got to play a game on Oxide against an Innovation who has made his career off. Oh, nice! Oh, he's gonna get. Oh no! Never mind.
Trap it! No, he should have pulled the drones. That was worthwhile. That was 100% worthwhile to get the kill. It was 1 hit away. All he needed to do was put a drone in this little spot, or 2 drones between the spawning pool on the left. Oh my God, Rogue! He had such a cool move, and then he just didn't convert it.
Man, that move was almost as cool as the new pink drip G Fuel, but not quite, because he didn't quite convert it. You know what? This is a sponsored tournament. We got to do all the product placement or something like that. Now we do have a Bailing Nest on the way here. It's a little, it's not all that much faster, but it will keep Rogues safe from any perspective stuff. And once again, we have the same build, Steadfast. We have concussive shells on the way, and more Marauders on the way. And, well, things are going to get a little bit spooky here. Rogue, he's not going for the build that, honestly, if he just kept it at home or maybe found the army on the map, should have just won. But now it's just going to be Banelings. And Steadfast, especially with the recent Bane nerfs 6 months ago, how good are Banelings against Marauders?
They're very bad, but they are very good against Hellbats. And that is what keeps... that's what makes it so that Queens can't hold this on their own. Queen Ling cannot hold this on their own. Now, if it's Banelings on the Hellbats and then Queen Ling against the Marauders and, well, the, like, 2 Marines that come with this, that's a very different story. Now, one thing I do want to point out is there's no 3rd command center with this build. Not yet. It is a much, much bigger commitment than in game number 1, but it's same concept. Looks like it's just one Marine after all.
Yeah, you say same concept. We do have a Liberator coming on up here behind this. And I do like that. If Innovation does decide to wait until that Liberator finds its way across the map, the multiple tiers of kind of AoE siege, actually, never mind, we're just going to have everything go on in here. Marauders are going to drop on top of the Queens. It's going to slow them all to hell. And oh, look at this. One Hellion is going to tank all of the Baneling shots. So we have 7 more Banelings on the way, of course, but not before how many Queens? Not only 1 Queen has died thus far, but the Hellbats, if they get on top of these Banelings, are they going to... Oh, they're just... Oh, no.
Innovation with the ZVZ greed where you're like, that Baneling just started morphing. But meanwhile, it's 90% done. You surround it with 30 lings and you lose them all. Innovation getting so greedy right there with that. He could have split the Hellbats, but he goes in, YOLOs hard, and gets absolutely smacked in the face for it.
Absolutely. Innovation, innovating new ways to die to Banelings in this matchup. But that's one of those things, honestly, you see that, you're like, look, if I get all these Banelings, I win the game. I'm already up 1 game in the series. I can kind of make that play, even if it's a bit greedy. Because at the end of the day, I got a game to lose. I don't know what game 3 is, but I got to... Look, I should say, I don't know what map 3 is. But Innovation's like, look, I got a map to give. This is still a good Terran map. We have 4 more barracks on the way, so he's going to go up to 5 barracks here with that 3rd command center. And, you know, Rogue's in a good spot. Rogue's in a fantastic spot on holding that. He only lost... What? Only 3 queens? Really nice move there, and as you point out, he is going to burrow, and I guess this is just kind of the standard Korean ZVT meta at this point. We saw DRG do it in every game that he played in ZVT, and now we're seeing Rogue do it here. Of course, we didn't see it game number 1, but I'm not sure that counts.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I don't think so. Innovation, by the way, looks like he had a little glitch with his programming, but he should be receiving an update very shortly. That's going to allow him to, you know, remove those bugs. By the way, look at that, 3 more drones do get picked off by this Liberator. That's nice. But Rogue is up 71 workers, 260, and oh, Innovation. Oh, nice quick pull from Rogue there, saves that drone, gets the Spore to tell that Liberator to piss right off.
And as you were alluding to, you're right. Innovations, career dominance in ZVT or TVZ in particular. It makes sense that he's really good at removing bugs, because you know, I don't know if that was the intended joke, but I appreciate it. Anyway, we do have that's a rather quick infestation pit on the way. 1-1, of course, is done here for Rogue. Innovations 1-1 is going to be done rather soon, so we're not going to see a 2-2 versus 0 setup. Nice surround there on top of all those Hellions. Honestly, though, at this point, the time of the Hellion is done. You want to get something done with them, of course, but at the end of the day, it does buy time, it does distract Rogue, and 3 more drones will go on down. Now, I would like to see Rogue get on into 2-2 rather quickly. He does have that upgrade lead. It would be a shame if something happened to it. And now Innovation's going to have an upgrade lead, just a little bit.
Oh, look at that Changeling. Look at that MVP. Changeling sees the whole army. Oh my god, Rogue pulling out the moves right here. And he is going to go for a colossal run by. Oh, it just gets a cancel. Immediate cancel on the 4th.
Now, we actually don't have a lot of SimCity around Innovation's 3rd base here, so the Zerglings, Banelings, they're going to get us around here from both sides. That wall is going to go on down, but Innovation, who is surrounding who here? Who is flanking whom? Both of them. They're both flanking each other. That's the answer here. And once again, 2-2, not getting started yet. Innovation is a little supply block because this... Oh, he's not going to split his Marines until a little bit too late, so the Banelings are going to run on in there. SCV's a little bit slow in the pull, but no, Rogue, he could have gotten so much more than he did there.
That he could have. And, well, he's trying to kind of out-multitask Innovation, and I actually think that's probably the worst thing he could be trying to do right now. I really liked the initial move that caused the cancel on the 4th command center. I haven't really liked the moves since then. Now, if he can get us around on this army, he can still do very, very well. And he does have a really nice flank witch getting set up here. But the top side is a little bit delayed. Oh, but he's still going to crush through on top of this. Doesn't get the bottom side Marines, but gets the tanks and all the rest of the Marines.
Absolutely, and you got to remember, Rogue, he is expanding in more than one position at any given time. He understands that, yeah, that base on the bottom side doesn't really have a lot of creep behind it. Innovation's pushing hard. I don't know if I'm going to be able to hold it, right? So what he does, he expands in the exact opposite position from where Innovation has been pushing, and he's like, look, I got more creep around here. I have a much better control of the area, even if I lose the bottom side, which I don't want to, but even if I do, I'm still going to have 5 bases. Now that he gets away with it and still keeps that base alive, well, he's got 6 bases. Innovation does have 4, but again, 6 bases, and it's going to be ultras here for Rogue. We're not going to see that lurker tech that has become so popular, and honestly, Rogue has been playing a decent amount of as well. No, it's going to be Ultraling Bane, but ultras are going to be out before 2-2 is out. Funny as that may sound.
Yeah, that's going to be very, very quick. Now, I'm really sad that that Rogue has let this upgrade lead slip away, because Innovation started his 3-3. With the timing of the Hive, Rogue could have started his 3-3 faster. He could have it on the way right now, but instead, it is still another 40 seconds away from starting up, because he's got to wait for his 2-2 to finish. This is just a tremendously lost opportunity.
Yeah, now Steadfast, where we're going, we don't need no upgrades. As I referenced something. I love that. Sometimes when you get your Mac Ratches a little bit too close together, and suddenly, you see your drones mining gas to the Mac Ratch instead of the main hatch. Something a little bit wrong about that, but nice around here from Rogue, knocking down some of the army. And the Widow Mines, they're going to burrow. They're not going to get much done there. Good splits from Innovation, but look how good Rogue's creep spread is, by the way. This is absolutely fantastic here. The Innovation is going to try to clear up more of it, punch a path on in to Rogue's 3rd base, but it's going to be a long and difficult journey to get there, as all these Widow Mines, they will burrow and not get anything done. Bailey's coming on in from behind. That will force the lift up, but Innovation does get the base that he was pressuring earlier on.
That was so nice. He left like 2 Marines on the ground. That was enough to clear that out. That was fantastic from Innovation. Rogue, because his 2-2 was delayed, he did not clear that out as quickly as he should have. These Widow Mines, by the way, speaking of not being cleared out, they are going to stay alive, and they may just fire on these drones. Oh, no, just getting very anticlimactic. Only getting 1 kill on each of them, I think, actually. Innovation going to try and come back in here. Nice transfuses from Rogue, though. Brilliant stuff keeping those queens alive. Meanwhile, though, on the top side, that's a dead hatch. Is it?
Yeah.
Nope, Ultralisk. Never mind.
Defensive Ultras. It's kind of funny, people talk about Ultras are good against Widow Mines, but, Widow Mines, they're spell damage. They don't do any damage to armor, or they don't care about armor, I should say, so actually going to get some damage done on that Ultra before it goes back, but this is a fun thing. Look at the upper left. Look at the upper left. Rogue. Well, okay, it's now dead. Never mind. Rogue taking a rather ballsy extra base on in there, trying to mine from Innovation's, what would be Innovation's, what is that, 6th base? But Innovation says, no. Now Innovation getting on into Ghost Tech behind this, but, never mind, we do have Ghost on the way. Cloak is not done yet, but we see some snipes here from the high ground. So a bunch of Ultras, actually, no, they're not going to get the snipes off, not really, so Ultras are going to come on in here. The Planetary is not done. Banley's filtering on in. Innovation, looks like this space is going to get broken. But of course, it looks like Innovation, he has an army on the left-hand side. Is he going to be able to break that? No, he will not. Zerglings are going to be able to defend, but Innovation is making use of this 3-3 timing to some extent. Actually, the base isn't even going to get broken. The Planetary is going to be totally fine. The lift there was in time, and Innovation loses 6 Marines. He's totally okay with that.
Yeah, look at the resources lost. It is 8,000 in favor of Innovation right now. This is a big problem for Dragon Phoenix Gaming's Rogue. He was really in control of this game, but Innovation, he has traded so much more efficiently. I hate to harp on the upgrade thing too much, but it's a big deal. It has really cost Rogue massively in this game.
Absolutely, but now we're going to have Innovation pushing on into the bottom side again. This time there are a lot of Ultras. This time there are a lot of Banelings. Those Widow Mines are going to be really nice, though. Rogue not quite as successful as he would have liked with dragging them onto the Terran army, but look at this run by. Of course, these are cracklings. They're only 2-2, so they will not get anything. 4 workers go down, and Rogue's making all these really good moves. The moves look good, but they're just not getting what you expect them to get.
I mean, they're good moves if your opponent isn't prepared for them. But if they're prepared for them, they're just very expensive, inefficient trades, really. And Innovation so far has dealt with most of them very effectively. Now, Burrowed Banelings. There was 2 Burrowed Banelings on this right side before. I guess they got coincidentally cleaned up by a scan. I would love to see more Burrowed Banelings. Wow, double scan coming down from Inno. And 3-3 will finish up just in time for this fight for Rogue. Ooh, and he's going to pick off a lot of reinforcements with some Zerglings. Do not... Oh, no, don't go in there. Meanwhile, main fight. Huge number of snipes coming out on these Ultras. But is it going to be enough? I don't think so. Innovation getting absolutely overrun right there.
Yeah. Get overrun at home, overrun abroad. Now we have a bunch of cracklings on into the natural, trying to find their way on into the main base. Of course, the Liberator eventually maybe cleans this up, but not if the wall goes down as it does. So now we have a bunch of cracklings getting on top of... Oh, they're going to get the Ghost Academy. Meanwhile, Rogue's going to get this base as... Never mind, he's got the repair. But theoretically, he should have gotten the base, but he will be able to get the 4th base. Yeah, okay, he will be able to knock that one down. Yes, he will. Okay. Always questionable. We saw what happened there. The Ghost Academy goes down as well. That's going to be really nice. And now it's going to be a bunch of Ultras. They will be forced back, though. But I love this Rogue. I was about to say a little bit earlier on, I would love to see some Vipers, some Corruptors, something like that to deal with the exploding sky presence there of Innovation, and it will be Corruptors. They will be able to knock down those Liberators as they come on in. Now the Rocks are going to get beaten down as well, giving Rogue another counterattack opportunity. He will get on top of that tank that he's been made aware of for the last 15 minutes because of one burrowed Zergling. And Innovation, it feels like all of a sudden he's just falling apart. He had a big bank, it's all gone. He's not been able to remax. Sitting here on even army supply with his opponent. We're seeing walls get taken on down. He moved the main base to the 3rd. That means there's no planetary. That means this run by is going to knock down so many SCVs. And from a position of strength, Innovation, he's not looking so strong anymore.
No, he is not. Rogue coming in looking magnificent. After I was very critical of him being overly aggressive, he manages to make it happen. Finds the hole with that run by, distracts Innovation, crushes the main army, and now has really, really ripped the initiative away from his opponent.
Absolutely. Now, Innovation, I mean, he still has bases. He's still mining. There's a big engagement happening on the bottom side here. An engagement that Rogue will not win. But we have reinforcements, but we have resupply, and the question is how many times can Innovation take this fight with his economy, right? So the Corruptors will knock down all of the, well, at least start to knock down the Medivacs, but this is a lot of bio. It's 3-3 Marines. The Corruptors are going to go down, and Steadfast, has Innovation broken Rogue here?
He just might have. These Ghosts, there are still a lot of them alive. They still have a little bit of energy. Rogue does not want to let them get that energy recharge. Ooh, that Widowmine getting very little damage. I think it hit the Ultralisk. And Ghosts are great against Ultras when they can snipe. If they cannot, they are abysmally pitiful. Now, that Ultra does go down, but a good majority of the Ghosts have stayed alive, and Innovation does have an army supply lead. However, that's a lot of 3-3 cracklings coming in. No medevac energy here to heal these up. Oh, never mind. There we go. Medevac's in the back.
I love it. Innovation sitting here on 30 SCVs, then you pull up the income tab, and Innovation still mining over 2,000 minerals a minute because mules are a thing. And he has, how many command centers? He has 5 command centers, so that's a lot of mules. And that's what's going to keep Innovation alive in this game. Now, one thing that Rogue has to be very afraid of, and this is something we've seen happen a little bit more often in late-game TVZ, once we see the Terrans get onto these 4, 5, 6 orbitals type of scenario, nice. Oh, Rogue's actually going to take a massive flank there. Hold that thought. Banelings are going to come crashing on in. How much are they going to get? They're going to get everything. And this might just be enough for Rogue. It will be enough to fight Innovation back, but probably not enough to penetrate that base. Anyways, back to what I was saying. We've seen a lot of Terrans do this in the late game. Byun and Mario really come to mind here, in that they go and they let themselves get on down to this 30, 40 SCV mark because they realize that, okay, when I have 5 orbitals, I have all the minerals I need. I really only need my SCVs for gas. And with that being the case, I would love to have 160 army supply of late game Terran bio. Oh, nice move there. Barely, almost kind of running on into things, but the Zerglings, they're going to get this base. Is it still burning? It's going to stay still burning. And, well, okay, the SCVs are still going to be there enough. But a couple more SCVs do go down. Innovation putting himself up to 42 workers. I think that's probably going to be about where he's going to cap out at. I don't think he's going to go much further than that. And that's, again, something that Rogue has to worry about, because if Innovation's going to be allowed to max out here on 42 SCVs, that does mean that that is going to be an absolutely massive army that is already difficult for Rogue to trade with efficiently.
Absolutely, and we have this Death Alley coming in right up once again. Huge flank from Rogue once again. Lot of Ghost Snipes coming down, but not enough to clear out all the Ultras. And Rogue will shove this army back once again. Innovation does keep a good amount of his supply alive on the ground. Keeps a lot of those Ghosts alive, which is very crucial. Look at this. Some of these Ghosts have insane kill numbers. 19 kills, 17 kills, 13 kills. These are veterans. 16 kills. God damn. These are like 70 kills in total. Look at his drones mining from this base.
And more importantly, Creep's all about to get there, so Innovation is going to struggle to put that base down rather soon. And man, I love it. I was about to say, oh man, this game's getting so damn scrappy. Then I look at chat, and Simon J. Riley, right before I was going to say that, says, this game is so scrappy. So then I would feel bad for copying my chat. But anyways, we do have some massive transfuses here on the Ultras as the Bane Leaks come spilling on in. It looks like Rogue is going to be able to beat back Innovation once again. But if we look at the supplies, we're just at about even army supply for like the last 5 minutes. And neither player really able to find that advantage. As Innovation, he still has that base lifted. I'm kind of surprised we don't see it landing at this point, trying to mule out of that. But at this point, we're starting to mine out a little bit. That base that Rogue has been defending so staunchly, it's only 8 mineral patches left. There's nothing in the... Okay, there's a little bit in the natural. So this is Rogue on, what, effectively 2 base economy at this point?
I would say less than 2 base. I would say like 1.7 bases. Like, he is... 1.625, you know, whatever, yeah. Yeah, he is not mining much at all. He is so broke. A total of, what, 13 mineral patches?
Well, he is mining long distance from the upper left-hand base that has creep on it, by the way. Innovation's not going to be able to take that for a while, especially when he's spending so much of his energy on mules and on scanning this army of Rogue. Nice drag there on top of the Widow Mines, but no, this is not an army from Innovation that you can fight off creep.
Not without a big flank, and Rogue has been setting those up very effectively. I would love, like, one Infester. Oh, huge Widowmine shot, but not enough to clear out all the Banelings. And the Ghost count, it's been at 5 for the last, like, 7 minutes. And those Ghosts have been pulling their weight. They're keeping Innovation in this game.
How in the world is in... So we look at this, and Rogue has more bases, right? He has long... I love it. He's long distance mining from Innovation's base here. But Innovation all of a sudden has a 40 supply lead because he's been able to drop some mules and just really milk that stone, right? Get rid of every mineral patch that's left on the map here to get this one last army, and it's working out for him. Like, this is not an army that Rogue... Oh, the Banelings! They're all going to go down!
That was a huge Widowmine shot from the backfield. Innovation, as you said, he has a 40 army supply. And Rogue, he needs to sack this base. This has become a trap for him. Okay, there we go. Flank coming in. It's going to cut off the reinforcements. Where are the Ghosts? I think they might have all gotten taken out. And that means there's nothing that really fights Ultralisk all that effectively. The army is so overstimmed, but it is going to get back to safety. Looks like 2 Ghosts are still alive. And Rogue, just give up this base and mine from the top left. Just give that everything else up. He's not going to do it, though.
Yeah, he can't afford to, right? I mean, there is so... Oh, that Widow Mine! It's going to knock down a bunch of medevacs, and that is the thing that is giving Innovation legs in this game. But on the flip side, yeah, there was a 20... Oh, these Banelings... Now they're not going to connect. And now, well, it's just a bunch of Marauders. You said there's nothing that really fights Ultras all that well. Marauders absolutely do. Rogue down on 18 army supply here. His base is going to get broken. Yes, he's long distance mining from the upper side, but he's not been able to take a base. And drones are going to get pulled to try to fight this. These drones are never going to win that fight. Innovation, he's not going to donate the army. He's not going to burrow a bunch of Widow Mines to make that happen. Yes?
You keep cutting out, by the way.
Oh, I do?
Yeah. But go on.
Well, I'm done. The fight's over. Steadfast.
And, well, most likely, Rogue's chances in this game are over as well. He has a little bit of army supply left, but he is not mining with very much at all. And finally takes this base. If he had taken this base 4 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago, I think he's already overwhelmed Innovation by now. But... not going to do so. Oh, the Mine Drag does attempt to come in, but it's just not enough, and GG will get called. Innovation takes the 2-0. Brilliant stuff.
Absolutely. What a game! Honestly, from both players there.